And Billy Harris, right around. And
a good save
by Kenny Shields.
I'll tell you now, that was a good save. Good
he gets
save.
a standing ovation from the crowd, and he should, because that was absolutely fantastic. And Pierre Pronovo attempting to make a swoop check, and the puck goes to Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy Johnson going in behind the Montreal Oldtimers net. Out here to Andy Bathgate, who clears it over here to clear the track, Shack. And here comes Shack. And the defenseman, number 2, trying to go down. Look at Shack, right in on goal, shoot! Over top of the net, wide. He's going to get a penalty for that.
I think so. He pulled the goalie out, laid him down out to supper, went out for a cup of coffee, and put a backhand and missed the net.
Well, we're going to have to await the call here, because Rocket Richard wants Eddie, and Eddie's gone down to talk to the fans at the other end of the rink, knowing full well he's about to be penalized. And we're going to watch this on the replay right here.
Okay, watch the moves he puts on here. Watch it now. He puts the goalie down, has a look, fires the puck high, goes over about an inch over. Now, I'm going to check the lie of the stick.
No, he measured his nose. He measured his nose.
The lie of the stick. If it was any more than his nose, he was going to get a penalty.
And you can see right here on the monitor that the Rocket has just come over and they want his nose measured.
Penalty shot for an illegal stick.
We have a penalty shot, ladies and gentlemen.
And you watch the stick that Richard gives this player.
And taking the penalty shot for the Old Puckers, I believe, is number 2.
Oh, look at this.
Gary Murray.
Now they're going to change sticks, Bobby. They're going to give him about a foot stick that's 2 feet long.
He's got one of those novelty
sticks. And Eddie
sticks.
Shack is going into the net to stop this penalty shot.
Well, this ought to be great. Just take a look at this. What a pair. Number 7 taking the shot is Al Clark.
Make it in a Shack now.
And Al Clark going in on goal, right in on Shack. And Al Clark is going to take a look at Shack. And Shack is dancing on his toes. And watch this, watch this. He's waiting, he's waiting, and he shoots.
Oh, he
scores! That was a great goal. And that was really
well worth
entertaining.
the price of admission, Bob, to watch that. Richard is really into it. He's doing a fantastic job out there.
Oh, isn't that priceless?
It sure was.
Well, we're going to see a replay of this, Gildy, and now watch
have a look.
this.
He waits and he waits and waits, and Shack has a little dance, and then he puts the puck through.
Well, 5 minutes 35 seconds to play, and the score right now is the
number 7, Al Clark, unassisted.
The Montreal Old Pros 8 and the North Delta Old Puckers 5. And we now have a little bit closer hockey game.
Actually, Bob,
Rocket got an assist.
He should have got an assist on that. That was really worth the price of admission to come in and watch that penalty shot.
You notice that the Rocket is still holding on to the little stick?
Oh, yes, he's got the stick.
The Old Pros win the face-off, and Eddie Shack misses the pass. He's barreling up the wing. And look at him straddling the blue line. Just priceless. I mean, you know, everything about him is pro written all over him. The Old Puckers now clear the puck up here. And Pierre Pronovo takes the puck away from number 9. And number 9 attempting to take the puck off him. That's Ron Brown being a persistent checker. And Billy Harris has the puck checked off his stick. Now Eddie Shack. Clear the track. Here comes Shack. Now Eddie Shack moving.
Now he's
nice
moving.
Move here. Jumps up over top of him. And Eddie Shack now moving around, taking a look, and lets the shot go. I don't think he intended to do that. And Bathgate now attempting to get the puck back to the point, and he does. Jimmy Johnson moves it into the corner to Billy Harris. Now Billy Harris and Eddie Shack sitting in front of the net, and of course Eddie Shack has checked off the puck.
A little trip.
And Billy Harris, I think, dumped him nicely. Back to Bathgate, back to Harris. And they're just magicians with a puck, they really are. Billy Harris looking to Shack, and Shack got it, and shoots and scores on the back end. That's a classic, and we're going to see this in the replay.
Well, that was really done quick, Bobby. He had no problems. They knew he was breaking in. They were going to give him that puck. Have a good look on the replay now. Harris has the puck in the corner, makes the pass to Shack. Shack breaks in. He loses on the heel of the stick, though, but nice backhand to the net.
Actually, Shack was lucky. He got it off the skate of one of the North Delta players. Now we get a shot of Eddie over at the bench. And he truly is a character, and he's been entertaining the fans all afternoon, as well as all of the Montreal Old Pros and the North Delta Old Puckers. And I'm sure that everyone here is happy.
Oh, they're really enjoying this, Bob.
Assist to number 3, Billy Harris, and to number 2, Andy
steals it up.
At 15 minutes, 31 seconds. Shack from Harris.
And now number 42 breaking in for the Old Puckers. And he takes a shot, but Orland Kurtenbach picks it up. And North Delta taking a look. And he misses at number 7 of the Old Puckers, but gets it back.
Though.
Yeah, he did. And now we got Normie Ulman with the puck up in his skates, and waking up here is Paul Schmier over here to Kurtenbach. And Orland, nicely done, giving it to Chuck Arneson. Chuck Arneson takes a shot, and it's scored by Schmier, who's got his 4th goal, I believe, and we're going to see that momentarily on the replay.
Yeah, he got that in the rebound, Bob, in front of the net, and they set up well in the zone. Have a look on this now, folks. It's going to be put into the slot area to Schmier. Okay, it's shot, goes back out, and Schmier's going to swoop in now like an eagle and put it in the net. And I believe that's Schmier's 4th goal this evening.
Oldtimers' 10th goal scored by number 12, Paul Schmier, assist to number 7, Norm Ulman, and to number 24, Orland Kurtenbach, at 16 minutes, 12 seconds. And incidentally, when the Oldtimers get 10 goals, the scoreboard goes back to 0.
The scoreboard goes back to 0, ladies and gentlemen, as you heard the PA announcer just announce. And that's an interesting way of doing it.
Evens it all up, Bob.
Yeah, it certainly does. The Montreal Old Pros pick up the puck, and Paul Schmier, who's playing an exceptionally strong game and certainly enjoying himself. And Schmier comes in and he's dumped. They're not going to call a penalty. They don't deserve one. And picking it up for the Old Puckers, number 10, and he tries to clear it out there, but unfortunately Chuck Arneson is there. And the puck is cleared behind the net. And now it's cleared around, and Tanaka picks it up on the boards, decides to take it in his skates, and now he's looking for a long lead pass out the middle, and boy, that was a pro pass, but unfortunately not able to be controlled. And Orland Kurtenbach now in behind his own net, clearing it out in front, picked up by Tanaka. Tanaka shoots.
Nice backhand. Oh, yeah.
And he knocks it in with his glove. They'll probably count that.
Oh, I think they have to count that.
Oh, they're going to count it.
No, maybe it was Erickson, I think, waved it off.
Oh, I think yeah, he did. Oh, come on, Steve, give him a break.
I thought Richard was overrule him here. And
we're going to see this on the replay, Gildy.
Have a look now. Watch him put it in his glove and put it over his shoulder and put it in the net. Erickson called it off.
And we've got Arneson breaking out there with a pass up here to Kurtenbach. Kurtenbach back to Arneson. Arneson trying to split the defense with a backhanded shot. Normie Ulman, number 7, going over, clearing it back to Schmier in the point. And Schmier looks like he fakes a slap shot, picks it up on the rebound, and lets a long pass go over here to Arneson, and it comes in front of the net. Shields has it, taken off a stick by Gary Murray, and Gary Murray along the boards to Tanaka, and Tanaka fighting for it. And he says, well, I better take the puck here. And he picks it up again over here to number 10. And number 10 shoots, and Gary Smith grabs it and kicks it out here again. And up here to Normie Ulman. Normie Ulman now up to Schmier. Schmier breaking in with Arneson. And Schmier again with the puck. And Chuck Arneson back to number 22, and he hit the post, Jimmy Nielsen.
I tell you, he turned the goalie right around.
Yeah, Jimmy Nielsen just rang that off the post. You could hear the echo up here in the booth. Now we have North Delta, long lead pass up the middle here. And Jimmy Nielsen attempting to make the save, and it's checked off his... Oh, Gary Smith made a great swoop check there, Gildy.
Oh, he sure did.
And a pass here to number 12, and he misses it. And it comes out here to Orland Kurtenbach, and Kurtenbach decides to turn back and get things set up. Going in behind his net, and he kicks the puck back onto his stick. A pass out here to Schmier, and Schmier tries to return pass. Kurtenbach picks it up. Over here to Chuck Arneson, breaking in with Ulman. Now we've got Ulman over here to Kurtenbach, and I should say Arneson, and the shot was wide. And the Old Puckers now pick it up in behind their own net, looking for someone to pass it to get something going. And we have a score, the North Delta Old Puckers 5 and the Montreal Old Pros nothing. And the reason for that is very simple, ladies and gentlemen. When the score gets to 10, they go back to nothing again.
That's right.
So you draw your own conclusions as to what the score is. We have 1 minute and 3 seconds remaining to play in the second period, and the Old Puckers again breaking in. And now North Delta breaking out again.
I had a 3-0 there for a minute, Bob.
And it's going to be offside unless, number 12 nicely kept it onside. Shoots! Oh, and he left him the open net,
well,
Smith, and he couldn't put it in. Couldn't put it in. Now breaking out here for the Old Pros. Pick it up, clear it back, and Orland Kurtenbach is back here to pick it up. Orland skating miles out there. Kurtenbach looks like he's in as good a shape as he was when he played for the Canucks.
Well, he's skating every day with the Sockeyes, Bob.
That's right. And Normie Ulman picks up the puck now in behind the net. And Chuck Arneson unable to hold it in, but Jimmy Johnson does, and Jimmy Johnson has it back to Ulman, to Ulman. And the shot by Arneson is wide. Pierre Pronovo back here in the defense, and he out in front to Arneson, and Arneson just stick handling and moving the puck around, and it's back here to Pierre Pronovo, back to Arneson again. Boy, it's just beautiful to watch them, and that brings about conclusion of play of the second period. And Gildy, it's really hard to keep up with what they do with the puck.
Well, I'll tell you, Bobby, the puck handling, the passing, I hope all these young hockey players are having a look at this. They never make a mistake with the puck, Bob. They make sure they pass it to a man. They don't try to put the puck right on directly on the net. They try to take that man and stand off the post side. They do such a fantastic job, and you get mesmerized.
Well, you certainly do. Right now, the camera is on Henri Richard. Henri Richard was scheduled to play this afternoon, but because of a shoulder separation he suffered last night in the Grand Forks benefit game that they played, he is going to be interviewed a little bit later on by Arnie Coruscant, and but we have one period to go, and what really the score is, ladies and gentlemen, 10-5 for the Montreal Old Pros over the North Delta Old Puckers, even though the score says 5-0 for North Delta. When the score gets to 10, they move it back to nothing.
Where was Richard hurt, Bob?
Apparently he was hurt in Grand Forks, Gildy.
Well, it's too bad. We'd sure like to see him out here skating.
Well, that's right. Now we're going to return back to the station, and then after a station break, they'll be going downstairs to Arnie Coruscant, and Arnie is going to be having an interview with Henri Richard and Orland Kurtenbach, and then we'll be back for play-by-play of the third period.
Occasions where they've gone after people like Scotty Bowman and so forth, and you know that they feel had a hockey background. So hopefully we won't go too far beyond Christmas, and we'll see things turning around. Because I know, you know, having played with the Canucks, it's not very much fun as a player when you're sitting there and you can't change things around. You expect that there's going to be something occurring, but usually it's in the case of when you're talking with Henry. You have to have hockey players. There's no shortcomings. I've sat behind there as a coach, and you can only fiddle with the line so much. You can only do so many things, but under stress conditions and your defensive zone, offensive, you got to be able to score some goals during key situations, and you got to be able to keep the puck out of the net.
There's talk right now, though, that maybe this is time to make a trade for. They've got 3 or 4 young goaltenders up. Richard Brodeurs is still a big, valuable guy. I think he's got a few years in him. Trading him for some young people. What do you say to that, Orland?
Well, I think they've discussed that. I really don't know what the workings, but Richard is, I guess he's on the first year of a 3-year contract, I believe. I guess it depends on how willing the other clubs are to fill a situation at, say, January, February, if they're playoff bound. But in the case of Winnipeg and some of the other clubs, they've gone to completely young goaltenders. Pokey Reddick. Boston have gone for Ranford, and they seem to have some success. So, you know, if that's the case, well, then it could be a hard situation for them to move a player, and he's probably pulling down a good dollar as well.
I've got to ask you about the coaching. What do you think about the coaching? Does it really matter at this point?
Well, I think Tom Watt's doing a fine job, and I know Jack McElhargy. I think in terms of, in terms of what the coaching can do for you over a period of time, certainly it sets a trademark for the hockey club and for the players, but behind the bench, you can only do so much. And somewhere along the line, whether a coach means 3 games a year, 4 games a year, I don't know. Henry, what do you think? You had some of the greatest coaches there with Toe and so forth. What do they mean to you? 5 points a year, 10 points a year?
Yeah, right. And then, you know, it's hockey. I think it's a team effort all the way.
No
and,
question.
Even if you got the best coach in the world behind the bench.
Well, speaking of that, though, Henry, in your opinion, who was the best coach that you ever worked under, or that you think of in the league?
Well, I always thought that Toe Blake was quite a coach.
Kind of a quiet guy, yet he got the job done.
Very quiet, but he knew the game, and the boys wanted to work for him, mainly because he was a very honest man and a straight man, and he was well liked.
Yeah, I liked Blake myself. He was kind of a quiet man, and as you said, and got the job done. I was just going to ask you, Henry, before we get going here, who you like today as your favorite hockey player in the league today, aside from Gretzky, of course.
Well, aside from Gretzky, I guess there's quite a few good hockey players out there.
Give me one good guy that you really think is sort of a Henri Richard of the old days.
You know, you take me by surprise. I don't follow the game as close as Kurt there.
Give me one name, Henry.
Well, I like Naslund. He's a little guy. Maybe I like him because of that, because he's my size and he works hard and he's a pretty tough guy.
How about you, Kurt? Who's your, for today's style of hockey, who's your favorite out there now?
Well, when Messier is going full tilt, I enjoy watching him because he combines a number of things. He wheels with, like I would say the same as Henry would have done going back years ago, and he's got a good shot. He's tough and can be mean, and but again, it's the consistency, and I guess Gretzky certainly is
hard to get away from.
It certainly is a consistent individual for his size and great dexterity.
Fellas, it was a pleasure. I'm really excited about talking to these two guys because they're one of my favorites, and I wanted to get a plug in. Eddie told me to go. You know Eddie, he never gives up. Eddie says that he is going to be doing a commercial for Cal Tire very shortly. I'm not supposed to say this on community television, guys, so we'll turn it back to you.
When you take the time to share, there's a feeling deep inside. When you show someone you care.
Wasn't that something?
Well,
Look,
somebody's going to win it. I don't know who it might be.
you see Shaq over here with a hat on, Bob. He's going to put a little show on.
Well, look at there. Now, if we could just get the camera off the rocket and on Eddie here, we'd see something. And on the face-off, here goes Shaq going back for the puck. And it's picked up by number 10, Pronovo. And Pronovo moves it up here to number 7, Ulman. And Ulman decides to dump it back to Schmier. No, he doesn't. Bathgate comes over. He's mad and slaps this puck.
Well,
and number 42 now from the old Puckers goes in and shoots. And old Suitcase Smith very nonchalantly grabs the puck, hands it off to the Montreal Old Pros, and Shaq with his hat on can't seem to see anything right now.
You see how Smith gives him the net, Bob? He says, I dare you to put it in
I know.
there.
And we got to pass from Shaq over here to Schmier, and Schmier fanned on that one, and it's picked up by the old Puckers. And they move the puck in, Brian Knight. But back for it is number 10, Pierre Pronovo. Pronovo to Schmier. Schmier back to Pronovo. Back to Schmier. And they move it out here to Shaq, but the puck never reaches him. And the old Pros take a shot. Billy Smith kicks it out again. Gary Smith, I should say. Now we've got Schmier up here to Andy Bathgate. Andy Bathgate up here with Ulman, and a very poor pass by Bathgate. And Ulman turns again, and it's in Bathgate's skates and back to Ulman.
Shaq's in the slot here.
Yeah, with his hat on, waiting.
Nice
Now
pass.
we got Eddie. Take a look. Okay,
Deke,
Eddie.
deke, deke.
He flips it wide. He's got the touch of a plumber. And Eddie has the puck, and he's fighting, and of course he makes a bad pass again, and Schmier is giving him a little bit of a rough time. And it's around here to Shaq with his hat on. Eddie the Entertainer, there's no question of that. And we're not supposed to tell you that he's going to do a commercial for Cal Tire, is that it?
Not supposed to say a word. Look at this.
Oh,
pass.
now we've got Ulman taking a look, and Ulman decides to pass it, but it doesn't get there. Now Bathgate has it, and Bathgate's pass is deflected off an old Pucker's skate, and out it comes. And Pierre Pronovo picking it up, number 10 for the Montreal Old Pros. And a nice pass up the middle to Bathgate, or I should say Ulman. And back to Pronovo. Pronovo, a long lead pass over here to Schmier. Schmier comes across the line nicely, taking a look, and right over here, and the return pass from Ulman to Bathgate didn't quite connect.
What a nice passing play, Bob.
Oh, that was a real classy play.
Sure was.
Now we've got the Puckers coming out here. Number 22 prevented that pass from going over to the old Puckers. Now we've got Ulman again, and Ulman just puts on the jets and moves the pass up through here to Pronovo, and Pronovo unable to get it. But he does go behind the net and pick up the loose puck. Now Eddie Shaq not wearing his hat any longer. I guess it impaired his sight to the point where he had to get rid of it. And they're fighting along the boards for it. Shaq tried to dig it out.
Oh, here they come now, the old Buckster, Bobby. Lost
And
the puck
is
coming
cleared
out
down the ice. But to number 10, Pierre Pronovo picking it up, going in behind the net, up here to Kurtenbach. And Orland Kurtenbach circling up over the blue line, back to Bathgate, over here to Ulman. Ulman breaking in, and he's checked off the puck, gets it back, and doing some fine stick handling by Ulman. A nice display. And he winds up, fakes, and Kurtenbach doesn't get the shot away. It is checked off his stick. Back here to Ulman, and Ulman taking a look, and backhands the pass into Kurtenbach in the corner. And he tries to clear it out here to Shack, and he does. Shack fakes. Over here to Ulman. And Ulman waiting. He's being checked off the puck. And Ulman again in behind the net to Kurtenbach. Now they're really putting on a great display here, ladies and gentlemen. And Shack decides to shoot. And Kurtenbach takes the pass from Shack. Now it's back to Bobby Nevin on the point. Nevin taking a look. And right through to Kurtenbach. Oh, just a perfect pass. And Kurtenbach has it again. It's out here to Normie Ulman, out to Bathgate. Now we've got Henri Richard blowing the whistle.
He says, enough of this passing around. He says, shoot the puck on net. I noticed that the Canadian Oldtimers bench is down to 3, Bob.
Yeah, I think some of them retired.
Sitting out.
Delay of game. We'll listen to the PA announcer for this one. Fooling around too much on the ice.
You know, it's just work. We just never seem to stop.
Eddie Shack with some real prize comments down there.
Can you imagine what Keon's missing on this here, right? He doesn't never play. He doesn't like.
If you live in 30 seconds for fooling around. Kurtenbach and Shack each 30 seconds for fooling around.
Fooling around. Quite a magic call that. Fool around, Bob.
I love it. Well, you're quite right about the manpower problem, because right over there on the bench, all you've got is Pierre Pronovo, Andy Bathgate, and Normie Ulman, and where the rest of them are, I don't know.
Well, I think they took the night. Johnson, the rest of them taking the night off.
Well, maybe they did. Either that or they had a plane to catch or something. Or maybe they went to the party at Schmear's place early. And the old Puckers take a shot, and it's cleared behind the net by Gary Smith, and Schmear going back after it. And Schmear coming out here now, faking nicely, and a nice long pass up here to Shack. Shack unable to control it, but Kurtenbach picks it up and decides to circle back in around the center ice area. And Orland Kurtenbach over here to Nevin, and a return pass to Kurtenbach, and he's unable to control it. Great play potentially, Gildy, but unfortunately. Now the puck is back here to the point, and Schmear, he hustles right in there and grabs it.
Good move.
Oh, he certainly did. Look at Shack here, and over here to Billy Harris, and back here to
Nevin.
Nevin shot it wide. And the puck is now cleared out to center ice. Picked up by number 16, and lead pass up here to number 6, breaking in for the old Puckers. And he shoots.
Oh, scores!
Oh, what a goal by Walter Jorman.
Well, I tell you, Bobby, he fooled him on that shot.
He
thought he was going to pass it. You'll see this in the replay, Bobby. He just fooled Smith. Smith thought, okay, you're going to make that pass. I'll just hold my ground.
That was a nice goal. There's no question of that. Here we get it right here.
Okay, here he comes. Now he just holds the puck and holds the puck. Then he decides, I'm going to shoot and fool you. Right through the 5-hole.
Yeah, it was through the 5-hole. There's no question of that.
Bathgate on this fella. I'm not going to skate. I'm going to stay here.
And Bathgate back to Hinkie. And here's Bathgate picking it up. Back to Hinkie again. And over here to Schmear. And Schmear taking a look. And a shot.
Made 2 good saves, Bob.
And Shack right there warding him off. Look at Eddie. He doesn't know what he's going to do with it, but he's having fun. The entertainer, Back to Shack again. Shack winds up and takes the wrist shot. And Kenny Shields makes a great save for the North Delta Old Puckers.
Shack just wrung some sawdust out of his stick.
Almost a break here. Now we've got the Old Puckers coming in 3-on-1. And Gary Smith says, I'm going to bring it out this time. And here we go.
Here comes Smith.
And Shack grabs a hold of number 9 and holds him. And Hinkie Harris picks it up over here to Bathgate. Over here to Pierre Pronovo. And Pronovo gets a shot. And Shields makes a save. And now the Old Puckers break out again.
Here, they break in to 0. Here's Showdown.
Oh, and unfortunately,
I thought we had Showdown.
Ronnie Brown unable to pick it up. Gary Smith lets the shot go right across the crease. And again, it's picked up by Bathgate out to Harris. Breaking in with Schmear. And Hinkie Harris decides to go in around behind the net. And it comes out in front, but no one tapped it in, and the Old Puckers grab it and pass it in behind the net. And now they bring it out along the point, out here to number 9. Number 9 now, Ronnie Brown coming up ice. Pass over here to 23. Right in on goal, shoot, score!
Oh, good goal, Bob.
Oh, number 23, Jack Bennett. All of a sudden, it's a 10-7 game. It's getting close, Gildy.
It sure is, Bob. That great entertainment.
Yeah. Oh, we're being entertained.
That's for sure. Richard's going to come over now and give up 4 or 5 assists. Okay, Smith goes down on the hill. Mary trying to make the save. There's no way he was going to make the save there, Bob.
No, that's for sure. And on the face-off. Nevin decides to hold it. Shack says, wait till I clear.
Shack is circling.
Pierre
ready to make his
Pronovo
run.
to Curtin back to Nevin.
Okay,
Over here to
comes
Shack.
Shack now. Clear the track.
And he takes the backhand shot at Gary Smith. Gary says, what are you doing, Shack? Goodness gracious.
5 seconds. Bennett from Brown and Murray at 7 minutes 45 seconds.
Bennett from Brown and Murray at 7:45.
And we got Curtin back coming in. But again, the old puckers are beginning to figure out what the old pros are doing. And they're clogging up the middle on the blue line and beginning to take it away from them. Or maybe the old pros are running out of gas. I don't know.
Could be. They only have 3 men on the bench, Bob. They're getting pretty tired.
Yeah, they certainly are. Now we got the old puckers breaking it again. Number 20 takes a nice shot. And the rebound by number 3, Don Young, was unable to put it in. And now we've got Bathgate coming out with Curtin back. And Eddie Shack, the entertainer, he's got it. Nobody knows what he's going to do, and it's an offside play. And Bobby Nevin very neatly decks it in. And now we've got the goaltender. He stops it one way and shoots the other. You notice how he flips it around
He
here?
sure did.
Now we've got again Ron Brower, Don Young, I should say, or Dan Young of the Oldtimers. And it's picked up by Pierre Pronovo up here to Curtin back.
Here he is. Nice
And
forward
right
pass.
up here to Shack. And Shack makes a pass over here, but it's intercepted by number 42, Brian Knight. And Knight gets rid of it nicely. And Curtin back, and they're way offside here. Nobody called it. I don't know why.
Oh, maybe Richard's getting a little tired out there.
Well, I think that's Steve Erickson.
I notice they don't move from the zone now, Bobby. Stand still.
Well, you know, there's a lot of people that should be thanked for the event this afternoon, especially the Delta Lion Pubs, North Delta Old Puckers, Old-Timers hockey team. And that's a mouthful and a half, I'll tell you.
And minor hockey, Bobby.
And that's right. And the proceeds of the 50-50 draw, in other words, the half, the $467, went to the North Delta Minor Hockey Association. And the Old Puckers also, I understand, here sponsored 2 minor hockey teams. And the proceeds, of course, are going to minor hockey. And all of the gentlemen on their lineup and their roster and all of the committee that works with them are to be congratulated for the wonderful work that they've done and the fact that they filled this arena. And they obviously have sold a lot of tickets, and there's a lot of money that's been raised for a worthy cause.
They've done a terrific job, Bob, and I think they should have all the praises in the world for these people.
No question of it, and I'm sorry that we were remiss in not mentioning it sooner, but nonetheless, better late than never, Gildy.
Oh, it's what a cause.
That's for sure. And again, North Delta, they have gained a lot of momentum in this third period. Mind you, in all fairness, they have a lot more bodies out there, too. Now we've got a 2-on-1.
Nice
over
pass.
Here to Tanaka. Now Tanaka slice shoots, but Smith came out and gave him nothing. Now we've got Schmier breaking up the ice, and Schmier just looks like he's 19 years old again. And he's checked off the puck, but gets it back. And he's skating miles out there. There's no question of that. And the old Puckers, number 17, Mike Shaw, picking it up here, moving it up here to Tanaka.
Yeah.
Now Tanaka breaking up again. We got a 2-on-1. And Tanaka right across, ready to shoot.
Oh, nice save.
Smith anticipated that. Gildy
he
came right up.
Covered all the angle. No way they're going to put that.
That's right. Now we got Ulman unable to go in. Now he does. Taking a look, looking here for Harris. And Harris, actually, Ulman got the puck back, and Pierre Pronovo is going to be unable to keep it in. Over here to Paul Schmier. Paul Schmier back here to Pronovo. And Normie Ulman doesn't get the pass, and number 14 of the Old Puckers picks it up and fires it around the boards. That's Dale Haynes. Now we got Normie Ulman back to the point to Pierre Pronovo, and he decides to let them come out and set up.
There we are.
Now we've got the Old Puckers breaking
2-1, 3-1.
And he decides to hold it.
Oh, nice
and
pass.
A little bit too far behind him.
A little too deep, Bob. The left winger broke in too deep.
Walter Jorman now holding it in. Number 16 holding it in as well. That's Dave Helmer. And they're trying to bring it out in front. And number 16 again is there. Dave Helmer. And holds it in, and Schmier now decides to bring it out. And Schmier up here to Billy Harris. Billy Harris misses the pass, and it's going all the way down the ice. And goaltender Ken Shields drops it off to his defenseman, who now brings it out. Well, Montreal Old Pros haven't dominated this period quite as much, Gildy.
No, they're pretty tired, Bobby.
Oh, now we got Ulman stealing the puck right in goal. Oh, beautiful.
Oh, just a nice
goal. Scores. Excellent goal.
I tell you, Bobby, put on a nice shift, stop dead, put the puck right between the goaltender's pad.
Wowee.
Have a look at this now. Watch him. He's going to bring it back to himself. Okay, hold it, bring it back, put it right through. Yeah, right through the 5 hole.
Wow, that was just a beautiful
Oh,
goal.
that was a nice goal, Bob.
It certainly was.
That makes the score 7-1 now for the Montreal.
Oldtimers goal scorer number 7, Norm Ulman, unassisted at 12 minutes 59 seconds. Ulman unassisted at 12 minutes 59 seconds.
We got 7 minutes left now in the third period, Bobby. Montreal Oldtimers ahead of the Delta Lion Old Puckers. And the score is 7-1 for the Delta Timers.
Well, actually, the score, Gilby, is 11
Yeah,
for the
that's
Montreal Old Pros.
But we eliminated that 10, Bob.
$4 for adults, $3 for students.
We got Erickson here. He's confused by it all. And they've decided that they're going to hold the face-off in the Old Puckers end of the ring. After a discussion with Ulman, I think he threatened his life. I'm not sure. Now Erickson is shaking hands with Ulman and making up
He
or
was
whatever
saying
it is.
very, very sorry this happened.
You notice how they ruffled his hair?
Right.
And you got Rocket Richard over there complaining to the other player from the Old Puckers, and they are looking at the money, and the face-off is going down to the other end.
He paid him off. He gave him a $2 bill. He says, okay, now we're going to take it down the other end.
Well, Erickson only got $1. The Rocket got $2, and that's why they're going back down to the other end.
What a show they're putting on.
Now they're going to face off right in front.
Have a crap game right in the middle of the
Actually,
ice.
I think he got a $20 bill. That looked like a green one to me. And the Rocket says,
Face
we'll
off
do it right
in
here.
front of Smith.
Well, I've never seen this before, and there's always a first time for everything. And we're awaiting the face-off. And a shot right on the
Oh,
post.
nice save.
And Gary Smith holds it out. They'll probably want the money back from the Rocket because they didn't score, Gildy. Well, you're seeing everything. We just watch it here in the replay. And then you see the shot,
Well,
and it
Smith
hits the
goes down
post.
and makes that post. Puts a skate. Oh, what a nice save that was, Bobby. He just threw it into the corner.
Well, he's still got great reflexes, and he follows the puck exceptionally well. And the Old Puckers are unable to hold it in, and it goes out. Number 2 picking it up. That's Gary Murray.
Nevin leaned over the boards, Bobby, and hit the puck.
Now we got Ulman breaking in
Richard
here.
just hit him.
Look at this. Look at Bathgate. Shoots and scores. It goes in. It's a deflection off one of the Old Puckers' skates. And Steve Erickson is a little upset over something here. I don't know what's happening, but
Bobby, I must tell you this. Nevin leaned over, hit the puck. Richard come along and pushed Nevin right down on the floor.
here we see it right here. Watch this.
Okay, watch Richard come over up the top. If you can just see it. No, we missed it.
No, it was Nevin that reached over the boards and
Yeah,
knocked
well,
it.
Nevin, but
Yeah.
Richard hit him and knocked him right flat.
Oh, I see. Richard?
Richard, the referee.
Oh, Rocket. Oh, Rocket. Oh, I see. And you see in the replay here how they score the goal. It was done
was
rather
it?
nicely.
It sure was.
Bathgate getting the goal.
Now come Ulman.
Now Ulman over here to Shack. And Shack decides to pass it out to one of the Old Puckers. And the score right now is the Montreal Old Pros 2 and the North Delta Old Puckers 7. We have 6 minutes, 13 seconds remaining to play in the third period. And
Here
a
comes
beautiful
Schmier.
pass from Shack to Schmier. Schmier going right in on goal. Oh, nice fake. Shoot, scores! Nice goal by Paul Schmier.
Yeah, what a deke he put on that time, Bobby.
And you see the boys up there waving the banner. Look at Schmier with a big smile on his face. He's having a great time out
Well,
there.
I imagine we'll get that on the replay, and you'll be able to see that shift. Watch this shift he puts on now. He's going to draw the goalie once. There it is. Well, draw you out. I'm going to put it right by you.
You notice how he moved the puck off his skate and kicked it back?
they
It's like
do
the
such a-
Soviets do it all the time.
Just tremendous job.
Number 42 moving in, Brian Knight, the Old Puckers, and he's taken off the puck by Olan Kurtenbach, number 24, who seems to be playing defense right now. And a shot, shoot, scores! A rebound, picked up, front of the net. Nice goal by the Old Puckers here.
Eddie Shack at 13 minutes 56 seconds. Schmier from Bathgate and Shack at 13:56.
And number 42 has just now scored for the North Delta Old Puckers, making the score the Old Puckers 8 and the Montreal Old Pros 3. Or 13 if you want to be totally
Okay,
accurate.
Bob,
and
we got
add
5
0.
minutes and 54 seconds left in the third period. Brought to you by Delta Cable Sports, and one of the better hockey games we've seen in a long, long time, Bob.
Let's face it, it's the best one we've done for 3 or 4 years. I mean, no offense to the junior games and that we do it. Right now, Gary Smith doesn't trust Eddie Shack.
No, that's for sure. Nice pass.
Knight from Hutton and Young at 14:06.
I got hurt in the face a little bit.
Somebody got a puck deflected off his face, and that's unfortunate because in a game like this, that's the last thing anybody wants to happen. Everybody's out here for fun and enjoyment, and unfortunately it's a game of near misses, and it's a game of when a puck goes up, sometimes it can hit you. He seems to be all right. He's up skating, and he's getting a nice round of applause. And we see on the monitor here how it happens. Bathgate shoots the puck and right up the stick and got him on the side of the face.
Yeah, it rolled right up the stick handle and right into his face, Bobby. And he's going to stay. No, he's going off for a rest.
And the score right now, the Montreal Old Pros 3 plus 10, and the North Delta Old Puckers 8. Coming to you from Sun God Arena.
And brought to you by the big station, eh, Bob? Delta Cable Sports.
Well, you could even call it a little station.
Okay, the little station.
Sports. What the heck? And we're waiting for a face-off, and Shaq tells Ulman to get out of there. I'll take it. And he has, well, look at this, Eddie Shaq. Shaq says, you want to go? Come on. Come on, we'll go.
Shaq wants it. He hits the
And
referee.
he gives Erickson a little swat on the backside. Oh, Eddie, I love it. And the puck is moved back from Bathgate to Nevin. And North Delta intercept. But Bobby Nevin grabs the puck and just as neatly as can be, and decides to put on a little display of stick handling and moves it over here to Andy Bathgate. Over here to Kurtenbach, and Kurtenbach has it now. And he moves it over here to Ulman, back here to Bathgate. You're like, this is really hard keeping up with these guys. And the puck is moved down the ice and going after it is Tanaka, but Gary Smith says, I think I'll come out here and hold on to the puck. And he stick handles around to Tanaka, and Tanaka actually took him out of the play. Oh, you better watch out here, Gary. You're going to get caught. Now Bathgate picks up the puck, and a lead pass up the middle to Normie Ulman, just like they used to do it. And Ulman trying to go wide, but he's squeezed out by number 20, taken out of the play nicely by Grant Somerville. Up here to Tanaka. And Tanaka moving in on Nevin. Tanaka going wide, looking for someone to pass it to, and does, right in front of the net. Intercepted by Eddie Shack. So here comes Shack, clear the track, down the ice, pass over here to Normie Ulman. Normie Ulman breaking in, and a pass back to Shack, and Shack drops the puck back to Bathgate, and Tanaka intercepts, and he tries to clear it out, doesn't. And number 7 has the lead
showdown,
pass.
Bobby.
Now we've got a 3-on-1, number 6 deflected.
Oh, good save. Smith made a good save.
Gary Smith made an excellent save. Back to the point, and they fire it in. Going in is Tanaka, and Gary Smith takes him out of the play nicely. You better get back in goal because number 6, Walter Jofferman, has it. Tanaka shoots. Smith makes the save. Eddie Shack clears it up here to Normie Ulman, but it's picked up by Billy Harris. Hinky Harris, as he was called when he played with the Maple Leafs. And Ulman makes a nice move going around, and the goaltender Shields comes out and makes the save. And Ulman tries to clear it over here to Bathgate, and Shack is in there. And the puck is cleared around, and number 24, Orland Kurtenbach, going back to pick it up in the center ice area. Kurtenbach over here to Bobby Nevin. Nevin over here to Ulman. Ulman misses the pass, but it's intercepted by Nevin. And Nevin with a backhanded pass over here to Ulman. And number 3, Billy Harris picks it up, and his stick handles right through, and it's taken off his stick, and North Delta clear it down the ice, and Gary Smith decides he better come out here. He's going to have to help his buddies, and he clears it over here where Ulman comes over to pick it up off the boards. Ulman breaking in, Harris following, and he clears the pass over here to Harris, and Harris loses it off the boards. Took a rather weird bounce there, Gildy.
It sure did.
And the play right now taking place mostly in the North Delta, or the Old Pucker zone. Oh, and somebody got dumped there, and
Richard said it's okay, Rock.
Yeah. And he gives him a pat.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this play down here. It's just a near miss down on Gary Smith. And Paul Schmier picks it up. And he's looking for someone. He clears it to Shack. Now here comes Eddie.
Wound up.
Eddie winding in, takes a shot. It deflects off one of the Old Puckers. And it's back here to Paul Schmier. And Schmier stick handling. Looking for someone up the middle. Bathgate standing there. And Andy Bathgate now stick handling. Oh, and he has it checked off his stick. And now we got a breakaway. Number 9 going in here. That's Ron Brown. Right in on goal. Shoots. Oh, and the rebound. Save. Gary Smith made 2 great saves. Now we got Pierre Pronovo moving it up here to Billy Harris. Billy Harris crossing the line with Schmier. Paul Schmier wasn't on the fly, wasn't really ready for it. And Pronovo coming back to pick it up. Pronovo taking a look. And he circles. Number 21 moving around. Andy Bathgate now grabs the puck. Breaking in with Harris. And he loses the puck. And Andy Bathgate goes into the boards. I don't know whether he got a high stick or what, but he's down on the ice, and hopefully nothing is wrong. I guess he got clipped. Either that or he's tired and he wants a drink.
Well,
somebody's yelling beer.
Well, Eddie Shack is bringing out a bucket here now with 14 glasses in it, and he's going to take it down to Andy and see how he is. And Andy gets up and shakes his head, and Shack's going to offer him a glass here, and he's got the glass now. And they're going to stand back and reminisce a little bit. Now he throws the water at, he throws it at Shack. Now he's got a whole pail of water.
Here we go.
Yeah, we got a whole pail of water and chased it. Oh, the
Oh,
old
that is
team.
priceless. He got the whole North Delta Old Puckers bench. Absolutely beautiful.
Oh, I'll tell you now.
Oh, and he got Steve
He
Erickson.
got Erickson, too.
And Rocket is staying out of the way here. There's no way he's
skating
getting
down
it.
behind Smith there for a while.
Well, I'll tell you, this is entertainment at its finest.
For sure.
A comedy show with skates, hockey sticks, and a puck. Isn't that unreal, Gildy?
Well, you need the entertainment like this, Bobby. What a relief, Eddie, to get in here and see a game.
Look
like
at Eddie
that.
over there with Henri Richard, and Henri's laughing. And
entertaining hockey, and actually the passion being wonderful, Bobby, and what a time we've had.
Well, we certainly have, and I'll tell you, this is one time we're going to remember, because we're going to go down and get autographs from all of these guys when we're finished, Gildy. Now we have the Old Puckers breaking in again. Shoot!
Oh,
score!
nice goal, Bob.
Hey, you know, this is a hockey game all of a sudden.
Well, they broke in 3-1 there, Bobby, and had no problems. Nice little flip pass, and he scores right on Smith.
Well, that's Dan Young, or Don Young, I should say.
Watch this in the replay now. They got 3-1 here now, and I was going to let the puck go right through the 5-hole again.
I think Gary let that in. I'm not sure.
I don't know about that, Bobby. That was a nice little pucky shot.
I don't know. Well, right now the score is the Montreal Old Pros 3+10, and the North Delta Old Puckers 9. Oh, look at Billy Harris.
Had a nice save, really.
Well, he made an excellent save. Billy Harris comes up with the puck, too, and he moves it back to Pronovo. Over to Schmier. Schmier makes a nice move. And he clears it over here to Billy Harris. And back here to Ulman, but is intercepted. And the Old Pros, or I should say the Old Puckers, moving up the ice, but is intercepted by Schmier. Up here to Ulman. And Ulman is checked off the puck, and the Old Puckers over here again. Number 19 fires it in. Marty Hutton. Marty Hutton over here, 42. 42 takes a shot.
Nice stop by Smith.
Oh, Gary Smith made a great save. Back to the point to Grant Somerville, but it's intercepted by Paul Schmier. And Schmier up here to Bathgate, and that would look to be like a two-line pass.
Backwards.
Well, we've only got about 30 seconds remaining in this game, Gildy, and everybody here has been entertained. There's no question of that. Now we've got Schmier breaking in here with Ulman. And Normie Ulman brings it back here to Hinky Harrison. It's checked off his stick.
We got a 3-2 here.
Now we've got the North Delta Old Puckers coming up. Number 3, Dan Young, moving in, and he shoots. Oh, and they fan on it. And Bathgate says, I don't believe it. And Gary Smith, look at him. He's like a statue right now, 20 feet out of the net. And they still can't score.
No.
Well, 2 seconds left, and that's going to bring about conclusion of play in an absolutely tremendously entertaining hockey game.
I really enjoyed myself, Bob.
And listen to this crowd, Gildy.
Oh, they're really giving an ovation here.
And we should too, because they deserve it.
I enjoyed myself. I seen some passion I hadn't seen for a long time. I seen puck control that you don't see for a long time. And Bobby, I really enjoyed myself.
Well, I did too, Gildy, and believe you me, I mean, that is absolutely unreal what they did here today. And you can see the players lining up, and there's going to be, you know, some niceties exchanged and the traditional handshake. And what we have is the final score being the Montreal Old Pros 3+10 and the North Delta Old Puckers 9, and that is the final score. And again, the players on the ice all shaking hands, and the fans are still standing and looking around, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people seeking autographs and things of that nature. And we're just sort of
I think once again, Bobby, you could certainly thank a lot of people here. I know that you have all the information, and if you would do it, I think they'd appreciate it.
Well, again, I think that on behalf of the Delta Lions Pub, sponsors of the North Delta Old Puckers, and the Minor Hockey Association, all of the volunteer workers, and the many, many hours that people and volunteers put in to put this event together, and bringing about the Montreal Old Pros, bringing them out here to the North Delta area and the Sun God Arena. We just have to thank all of them, on and on and on, the staff of the arena, And everybody here has just done an absolutely fantastic job, and the proceeds are going to minor hockey. That is tremendous.
That's the important thing, Bobby.
And I understand that Arnie Coruscant is going to be interviewing at the end of this. Well, as a matter of fact, he's going to be going. We're going to be going down to him shortly, and I'm not sure who he's interviewing. We don't know, and we're going to have to wait till we find out.
I'm not sure. I think it's going to be Bathgate, Bob.
No, I am not sure who it's going to be. I don't think they've decided. Oh, it is going to be Andy Bathgate. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a break. Well, I guess we're going to stay on the air, ladies and gentlemen. I've been informed by our producer, Kevin Adlam, and he didn't even say that nicely. I guess we stay on the air here, Bobby. And the camera right now is featuring on the Old Puckers bench, and they put on a great show, and we're certainly not embarrassed. I mean, goodness gracious, mind you, they had twice the hockey players out there, too, in all honesty.
Well, the final score, Bobby, the North Delta Old Puckers 9 and the Montreal Pros 3.
Plus 10.
Plus 10.
Plus 10. And there is going to be an interview with Arnie Coruscant, and then we're going to be returning to ourselves up here for a final wrap-up on the game. And now we're going to turn it over to Arnie Coruscant downstairs in an interview with Andy Bathgate. Down to you, Arnie.
Okay, with me now, another member of the Montreal Old-Timers, a familiar face. Everybody, I'm sure, same as I, will recognize Andy Bathgate. Andy, looking good out there.
Not really. But it's enjoyable getting around the country and meeting a lot of old friends that you haven't seen in years. So
Andy, what
it's all about.
What are you doing with yourself nowadays in private life since you got out of all this hockey?
Well, I'm in the golf business. I've got a big driving range in Toronto, and I'm just building a par 3 golf course. So I've been kept quite busy.
You're are you originally from Winnipeg, or that's where you started out your hockey career, or is that?
Yes, and then I moved to the Toronto area in Guelph, Ontario to play junior, and I've stayed in the East ever since.
Are you and Shaq pretty close out there? Eddie's from Toronto, isn't he? Isn't he involved in the golf course also?
He's got a golf course also, but nobody can keep up with Eddie. They're very close friends, but we don't socialize too much together. But he's always, you never know what he's up to, but it's always a pleasure to be with him.
Okay, you guys seem to have a heck of a lot of fun out here. What are some of the other activities? Do you just come out and do these hockey games, or I'm sure you guys must get together for different functions and things, Andy?
Well, mainly it's to get around the country and meet the different people, and we have a lot of fun within the group itself, but we meet a lot of ex-pro players around and a lot of amateurs, and it gives us a chance to meet a lot of fans who have never really had the opportunity of meeting Rocket Richard or Henri Richard, although both of them are very quiet. We just can't break it down with them. We try our best to get them loosened up, but they're very serious fellas, but they really enjoy it, and especially when the people come up and talk to them, and it's great.
Yeah, it's a great thrill to see some of you people. For myself, I'm from the 50s, and then come from the Lakehead area with LaPrade and Boyven. Some of those guys came from, who else is, I'm thinking of Pete Goigan was from down that area. Alex, that's right. So we, for guys like us, we kind of remember some of the young fellas, but you guys out there move around pretty good. I'm looking at Ulman, a guy looks unbelievable, and the guys like Paul Schmier, they're still moving like kids.
Well, Normie plays quite a few games, maybe 100 games a year. Myself, and Eddie, we play maybe about 30 or so, but the Montreal team itself, they're going to Europe. I think they play almost every day in January except 3. So they got a very heavy schedule, and a few of us will play, maybe 15, 20 games with them.
Well, of course, you guys, I guess, raise your funds. What do they sort of sponsor you from the local team? Sponsors you down here?
Yes, and we get expenses and that paid, and I would like to come back possibly. It's a beautiful place you have here, and I'd like to bring a team from Toronto, which 5 of us are from the Toronto area, and Sittler and Mike Palmetier and them, they're all waiting back there for a trip out here, so maybe next year we'll be able to put something together.
Hey, you've got an open invitation from us guys down here. There's no problem there. We'd love to have you. This is one of the finest facilities, that I've ever seen in the years around from the different rinks in this Sun God Arena. I don't know what some of the rinks you've seen, but for a little community like this, it's just a beautiful setup.
It really is, and the ice is very good. A good sized surface, but the ice itself is very good, and it's very conducive of good hockey, and they should be able to develop good hockey players here.
Andy, for kids out there, a lot of kids nowadays maybe don't remember Andy Bathgate playing, but I can assure you Andy was a superstar. What's some of the advice you can give young kids, Andy, getting into this field and wanting to get into the National Hockey League or in the American League?
Well, I think it shows that Gretzky and Lemieux can handle the puck very well. And Gretzky, he's not very strong. I mean, a puff of wind would blow him away, but he handles the puck so well, and he can shoot the puck as well as slap it. And everybody goes to the slap shot. If you can't shoot the puck, you'll never be a great player.
You know, that's a darn good point, because I was out, my son plays up here in this rink, and that's one thing I do notice with kids. They really don't seem to know how to use the wrist shot, like the Howe guys in the old days.
Well, it's the main ingredient in hockey is how you hold your hockey stick. If you hold the hockey stick right, it's just like golf. If you don't hold it right, you can't play golf. It doesn't matter how strong you are, but if you have the proper grip, you can shoot it very well, and it only takes an hour to learn how to slap it. It takes 2 years to shoot it properly.
I think I have to agree with that. This has been just a great day, enjoyable, and I hope you will come back with your guys soon, Andy, and we appreciate you coming down and visiting with us.
We certainly enjoy it, and as you can see by out there, we try to give you a little bit of a show.
Great. I want to remind you folks out there, too, that Delta out here is going to be the home of the 1987 Summer Games. And don't forget to put that on your notepad, and want to thank all of you out there for coming out today, and thank all your team and all the other players for just a super day, Andy.
We've enjoyed it very much.
Thank you.
And back up here, we're going to give some closing remarks on the game. And the final score was the Montreal Old Pros 3+10 and the North Delta Old Puckers 9. And on behalf of Delta Cable Sports, we would like to thank all of the volunteer workers that helped put this on, the camera people, our director, our camera, and our crew downstairs, our switchers and assistants. And also we would like to thank the Montreal Old Pros for putting on such an entertaining show, and the fact that the North Delta Old Puckers did all of the things that they did, and they did them very well. Show to be really proud of for all of Delta, and we're only hoping that something like this can become an annual event. But meanwhile, we're going to be now signing off from North Delta, Sun God Arena, when again, the final score, the Montreal Old Pros 3+10 and the North Delta Old Puckers 9. My name is Bob Palmer, and I wish to say goodbye and thank you very much.